Now it's working. Now it's working. But I can't hear this. That's not going to do. That will do. Let's see. Is this the levels? The levels. Good morning. I'm going to try some new goodies out for you. I'm just recently, well, you can't see this, but I have my Tractor Live set up here. It's an S5, and I haven't really played this since, since people were playing live. So I want to experiment with this and have some fun and see if it works on Facebook Live. Not Facebook Live. What are we? YouTube Live. All right, let's see what we got. Tell me if you can hear this. Ooh. That's fun. Hopefully the levels on this are okay. Anyway, I don't really have anything planned for today. And I don't have that much time because I have to promote a new song that's coming up. I'd like to play it for you right now, but that's not happening. A student of mine years ago told me not to he was a marketing CEO, so maybe I should be listening to him, but he said I shouldn't cross the streams, so to speak, as far as Guitarmalade and my solo career, but whatever. I'm sharing it with you guys. So that track is Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, and who remixed this? Jorgen Odegaard remix. Sick. So I played that in my Warped Tour set in 2018 now. 18? 19? I can't remember. But yeah, I guess it was 2018. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't make any difference. So it's just fun to dust this stuff off and play some of that set, because I haven't really played since, and certainly 2020, and I haven't played this year either until today. I mean, obviously I play my guitar. Anyway, so I wanted to show you something from an upcoming lesson, and it goes like this. Let's talk sweep arpeggios. So let's talk about this. major sweep arpeggios, minor sweep arpeggios, and to maybe a lesser extent for some people, like diminished patterns are more common or more like widely spoken of and played. But you can, just like when you're playing chords, you can like amend that shape and make it something else. So just like if you're playing a D chord and you add, that's weird. It's a really strange overtone on there. Anyway, if you're playing a D and you add sus4, that's just one note that you're adding to it. Instead of it being A, D, F sharp, 5, 1, 3, it becomes 5, 1, 4. And it's a common thing like to add to some, simple chord progression down here in the farmer's corner. But we can do a similar thing with our sweep arpeggio. So if we're in E and we stick to this higher string set, it would be like this. And let's add some other little goodies. So instead of it being like, and then, and then, and then, we can add something else and then alter it. So what would this be? It's kind of cool, right? And then this one, instead of maybe, so instead of adding 4, I'm adding sharp 4, which is more of like your Lydian flavor, your like spacey major sound, great sound. So instead of just playing major, we can amend one of those notes. And in this case, we're changing 5 to sharp 4. So 5 comes down a half step to sharp 4. And in this case, it comes up on the guitar a lot, but instead of doing 5 down to 4 again, instead of, that's super awkward. So I'm not going to try to even play it. I'm just going to see if I can play it somewhere else. So what do? I play this note on the next string, and all of a sudden it's super easy again. Similarly, you can alternate that. So that's, it's nice. It's just one step beyond what we're used to doing, but it sounds a lot more interesting. Let's try this instead of this one. Instead of root position, 1, 3, 5, 1, I can either replace 5 down a half step to sharp 4 or 3 up a whole step to sharp 4. And understanding this like relationship the intervals in and amongst the tones here is really important. It just allows you to do things like this and have like a wider view of music and to understand what's going on, and then the different like options that you would have, instead of just being like, this is cool. It's knowing what that is and how to play it in different keys if it's something that you like. So here we have some options. So instead of, you can move 5 down and go, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Now in that key, that's kind of a pain. So let's do the other one. Instead of going, or, as cool as that is, let's just move it here. So that works. Anyway, so that's going to be a lesson, and I'm excited about that. So you could do that with other chords and tones and everything. Anyway, yeah, that's something that's like worth exploring if you like the sweep arpeggio thing. Just like people get stuck in the pentatonic box, and you want to work towards seeing the guitar more this way, you might get stuck in like your arpeggio box, your, like in this case, sweep arpeggio box. Anyway, so those are goodies. Those are goodies. What else about this? That song that I heard here. Maria, Maria by Leonard Bernstein from West Side Story. So great. I heard. Let me change this setting so it's not so obnoxious. There we go. That's Wes. Wes. Less is more right now. So fun little tidbit, and I'll let you go because I have to work on some other things. But Leonard Bernstein was left-handed, and it goes that he wrote this song. What song is that? Officer Crap? No, it isn't that one. Anyway, one of the songs from West Side Story, he wrote that just by like flipping a right-handed guitar upside down and just playing the D chord. But the note you get if everything's upside down and you play it this way would be. So that's kind of interesting. How you just throw it against the wall and see what happens. And that's, I mean, in my opinion, that's like far and away the best musical. I don't really like musicals. I don't really like musical culture, nor do I really like the music so much. But I mean, Leonard Bernstein was a classical composer and brought his thing. I mean, yes, like Gershwin is cool, and like some of them have like one-off songs that are cool. But I mean, Gershwin. No, I'm sorry. Leonard Bernstein being a classical, composer and conductor, and being in that world and bringing that to Broadway, to the theater, was just like he kind of beat everyone at their own game. I feel like, and just everything about it, the music is just so much better in my opinion. It reminds me of Bill Evans. Similarly, was like a classical pianist, and then he undertook jazz, and he had this like classical sensitivity and dynamic and touch on the instrument. You listen to like some of his contemporary, like the jazz contemporaries, and they're kind of like, as great as they are, it's kind of clunky. He has just a real deft touch. You know what I mean? What else about that? There's something else in there. Oh, Gershwin, was a very successful composer for theater, and he wanted to study with Ravel. And the story goes he went to Paris to study with Ravel, and it came around. He was kind of, I guess, asking him why he wanted to do, to study classical and orchestration and this kind of thing with Ravel. And it came around. This conversation somehow came around to what he had done, his career in America, and it was like, well, how much money do you make for doing that? How much money do you make when you write for theater? And Gershwin told him, and Ravel's like, why do you want to come here and learn from me? You're like effectively one of the most successful musicians in the world, and it's like, why come and make come and spend your time making and orchestrating classical music rather than just printing money on Broadway. But thankfully he did make that jump, and he similarly like Bill Evans and Leonard Bernstein kind of brought their classical element to jazz and Broadway respectively. Gershwin really fused like Americana and jazz and that like great classical orchestral element. Ravel is widely regarded as like the best orchestrator, even if you don't like that, like impressionist, post-impressionist kind of music. He wouldn't describe it that way, but other people would. Anyway, I have to go. I have other things to do, but I just wanted to make sure this worked and share some tidbits with you. So if you have any requests, let me know. I will see you next week.